Welcome back everyone to today's video. We are looking at the latest models and charts that updates today for the next couple of weeks and seeing if there are any signals of anything colder as we go into December. We've got a lot to go through today, so I'm not going to waste any time at all. Let's get straight into this. Right, this is the latest GFS 12Z operational run, the current situation. If you don't already know, by the way, high pressure is the yellows, oranges and reds, and the low pressure is the blues and purples. We've currently got low pressure just moving eastwards over the country, and we're dragging the winds around that low pressure from a northeasterly direction. It's going to be feeling pretty cool for Tuesday and Wednesday this week, before the high pressure, the transient ridge in the Atlantic breaks down and we get the wind into a much milder westerly direction, and we'll be bringing wet, windy and unsettled conditions off the Atlantic throughout the week. Start of December, the Atlantic onslaught continues. Plenty of areas of rain, unsettled conditions, plenty of wind as well. Only by the end of the run, by the 10th of December, there's a sign of some blocking appearing around Greenland and Scandinavia, and maybe sending that energy south and dragging the winds in from the east. But from that run, it looks pretty mild and unsettled. Latest ECMWF looks like this. Once again, there's that milder westerlies coming in off the Atlantic and becoming more unsettled as well with that. We then start to try and build high pressure up towards Scandinavia around the 4th of December from the ECMWF, but by the end we are being beaten by the Atlantic, and even though there's blocking trying to get going over Scandi up there in this sort of area over Siberia, the Atlantic wins out and in come them unsettled westerly winds instead. The latest GFS upper air temperatures and precipitation anomalies look like this. Upper air temperatures for London, and we have the red line is the 30-year average from 1991 to 2020. We are currently below that average at the moment. Upper air temperatures around the -4 line. Pretty chilly, and then we're going to be going up and down over the next few days as we get the Atlantic lows moving through, and then as we go into December we're looking pretty above average, if I'm being honest. From there onwards, by the end we are seeing some colder runs, but that is very far off, so I'm not saying anything about that. ECMWF upper air is looking like this. Once again, very mild as we go into December. Some huge precipitation spikes around the 30th of November, and the GFS is going for that as well. Just there, take a look at that. Extremely big precipitation spike as well. AIFS looks like this. Once again, we are very mild as we go into December, but there is an AIFS run there going extremely cold, getting the temperatures towards the -10 upper airs, but that is an outlier. But we may start to see some colder signals popping up over the next couple of days. I wouldn't rule that out. These are the latest zonal winds. We are looking for an SSW, and for a technical SSW we need these zonal winds to go, let me do it so you can see the date. We need these zonal winds to go below the 0 line. We are currently just hovering above it at the moment. The average zonal winds are up here around 30 meters a second, and at the minute we are experiencing a minor SSW, and that is going to increase the chance of blocking over higher latitudes and possibly slow down the polar vortex. The lag time for this will be about 2 weeks, so mid-December to mid-January we could see some effects from this little SSW going on. It's not getting to the major levels. We may reverse it for about half an hour or a day or something like that, and that would be classed as a major SSW, but I'm unsure if we're actually going to get it below that 0 line. So the big SSWs off. These were yesterday's charts, looked like that, and today's like that. So the main concern is it's going to rapidly increase, and people are saying this could end up producing a much stronger Atlantic and not really give us any cold conditions, but I don't think that's going to happen. And we've actually got some runs here that are actually keeping the Zola winds pretty weak, and as we go into the end of December we're going for a proper SSW. Now that's pretty interesting. We've still got the majority, up here doing whatever they want, but we've got quite a lot of runs, which is unusual. Actually quite a few here as well, keeping the winds pretty weak, and then we do Even though some of the runs go stronger than average up here for the zonal winds, a lot of them are going for a major SSW as we go into the end of the month and start of January, which would be much more interesting through the middle part of the winter, so that would be quite interesting indeed. I'll get the 500 millibar heights on from the ECMWF if they want to work today. This is the North Pole view. This is week 1 for the 24th of November to the 1st December. Low pressure in the Atlantic, winds in from a mild and unsettled westerly direction. Week 2 is the 1st to the 8th of December. Same again, low pressure coming in off the Atlantic, but maybe a little bit of a signal high pressure over Scandinavia and towards Siberia. Week 3 is the 8th to the 15th of December. Once again, no change, winds in from the west. Week 4, middle part of December now, up towards Christmas, 15th to the 22nd of December. Blocking signal increases around the Arctic and Scandinavia. Winds coming in from the southeast or east. Maybe a bit chilly, but nothing overly cold. 22nd to 29th of November. That high pressure is just not far enough north for anything that cold. Winds coming in from the east again, but nothing that cold or wintry. And finally, week 6. I think it's week 6. Yeah, week 6 is the 29th of December to the 5th of January. High pressure once again blocking on Greenland and Scandinavia. Low pressure in the Atlantic. We're bringing the winds in from the southeast. Just not quite right. We're very close to being very cold there, but we're just not quite doing it, unfortunately. Anyway, that's me done for today. Thanks for tuning in to your daily weather updates. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.